Hello, this is Steve Gauck, agronomist with Beck's Hybrids in southern Indiana. And today I'll take a look at some corn and just kind of showing you guys what I'm seeing out here and some things that have been a little bit of a concern. The first is just the standability and the stalk strength. As we got dry, we had a lot of this corn start to cannibalize, and really we need to be prioritizing some corn harvest based on that. The easiest way to do that is with a pinch test. So you kind of reach down in here and you squeeze these stalks. That one's very solid, very good. You can see this one's already leaning. You hear it pop, crack. I can smash it, I can bend it. As we go here, same thing. So these stalks have cannibalized, and that's where some of the standability concerns are coming from this year. A few other things we're seeing, as you start pulling some of these ears up, you'll see this one. You can see right through here that their kernels are kind of jumbled up. Actually, it goes from like 16 around to 14 up here. So we think back through the year and say, okay, when this was setting kernels around about V4 to V6, something happened early on, about V4.5, maybe V5, that caused a stress that then shrunk this up and cut these kernels down. So we see a lot of this year. We think back being cold, being wet. See a lot of this year in these ears. Now we also could tell this ear's got a little bit of curve to it. A lot of times that can happen through pollination or even kind of lack of nitrogen. The other big thing we notice is this right here. As you look at these two ears, you see a difference in kernel size. Now these were taken out of the same row. One was taken out of a low area, one was taken out of a high area. So you can see good grain quality here, but the kernel size on the one on the right comes from having more moisture. We had a little more length to those kernels. So a lot of people say, well, if you can add 1/8 of an inch to the length of a kernel, that's pretty substantial in bushels. Heard up to almost 15 bushels, maybe more from that. And based on the yield monitor here, it's even more significant than that because of just the number of ears. The stand's good. We have good ears out here. We have good tip fill, made it through pollination very well. Good grain quality. But this kernel depth is really where we're losing a lot of yield this year, and kernels around. Again, we think back to this early V4, V5, what was happening? A lot of cold, a lot of stress shrunk some of these kernels up. So again, as you're walking these fields, take notes of that. What hybrids survive through the dry a little better, perform better from that standpoint, and from an emergent standpoint, things like that. Think back through the year and what happened. The other thing I want you guys to be kind of watching out for is some ear molds. Now here we've got some insect feeding on this particular ear causing some issues, but because of the rainy time during silking, we can run into an issue with some diplodia and things like that. So keep an eye out for ear rots, but I just kind of want to give you guys a little bit of update of what we're seeing out here in the cornfields. Hope you're having a great day. As always, if you need anything, talk to your dealer, your Beck seed advisor, or myself. We'll be glad to help. Thanks, and have a safe harvest.